Hi everyone, today I'm going to give you a brief overview of the Remind app, which is a student and parent communication tool used in grades 6 through 12 in the Belknap School District. With the Remind app, you can send messages to students and parents, and you can make sure that they see them. It's a great messaging tool between students and parents, and it allows staff members in the school to easily communicate. You can make your day more productive. You can have real-time messaging for a class, a group, or just one person. You can schedule reminders ahead of time, and messages can also be sent from a laptop, a mobile app, or a tablet. Remind is a great app to help get every family involved. The great thing about Remind is that families don't have to have a smartphone to use it. They can essentially use any cell phone, or if they don't have a cell phone, they can use a tablet or a laptop. And Remind translates into over 85 different languages, which is great for our population. Remind is a great tool for building stronger relationships with your students and their families. Almost all adults send text messages all day, so the Remind app essentially works as a text message where you can communicate with your students and their families. Remind is aligned with the ISTE standards, which is wonderful because we are focusing on the ISTE standards in our district. Here are a few quick tips on how to get started using Remind with your students. With Remind, students will receive notifications via text message. So in order to start a classroom in Remind, your students will text your specific class code. They won't actually type class code, but the code that you give to them, and they will text it to the number 81010. As the leader of the class, you will be able to see who has joined your class and when they have joined your class. You will be able to start announcements or private message conversations, and you'll also be able to see who has received and read your messages. In order to set up your account, you will either need to download the Remind app or go to remind.com. You will begin by creating a class to set up your first class. When you do that, you will want to select I am a teacher for your class. Once you have created your class in Remind, you will have access to messaging with your students and their parents. You will be able to set office hours. You will be able to send an announcement to an entire class or personalize messages to individuals and groups. And one of the nice features about this is you can also turn off replies when you're done with the conversation, so you don't keep getting notifications over and over again. You can schedule announcements in advance. And Remind also has the ability to translate into over 85 different languages. One of the great things about Remind is that you can integrate different apps into it. One of the ones I would highly suggest integrating into your Remind is Google Classroom. Google Classroom will be used in all classes now, so it is a great way to connect the two things together, and it's very easy to do. You can add attachments to your posts that you send to your class. You can share photos, PDFs, files, and voice clips with messages. So instead of printing handouts, you can send things to your families over Remind. Remind also has the ability to export message history, meaning if you were to ever need documentation of communication between a family and a student and yourself, you can easily access this information and export it and send it to administrators if needed. With a free Remind account, you have the ability to create up to 10 classes, and you're allowed to have 150 people in each class. When you're done with the class, you can archive it to free up space. A great component of Remind is that you can share your class with other teachers within the building, so they will have access to message and post for your class as well. If parents don't have smartphones, they can use any tablet or flip phone to access Remind. If you have any questions about how to use Remind, please contact your Melvindale technology team. Thank you.